Howdy mateys, and welcome to Disney Cars Toy Club. Today we're going to be opening up some more Spongebob toys, which includes the Flying Dutchman's Ghost Ship. We have the Imaginext Patrick and Flying Dutchman characters to open up. We also have a blind box of Spongebob Squarepants minifigure world to open up. We have a Kinder Surprise Egg and a Play-Doh Surprise Egg. Now we're going to start this video off by opening up the Flying Dutchman's Ghost Ship. Now I bought this ship from eBay. It did come from Taiwan, and if you look, here's kind of a difference between the ship that I showed you guys a few weeks ago. As you can see, this one's a little bit smaller and this one's got a lot more stuff on it. But let's go ahead and get this out of the box and we'll see what it can do. So here is our Spongebob that came inside of the set, and his little pirate hat does pop off. And he has a little sword as well for an accessory. And it also has a pirate chest with some gold inside, his booty. And it also has this scope for him to look through, and it's got these 3 anchor missiles. Now some of this stuff does glow in the dark, like these missiles glow in the dark. This Flying Dutchman cutout character also glows in the dark. And I think that the pirate flag actually also glows in the dark as well, along with these little, I guess, lanterns. I guess that's what it's supposed to be. But the back of the pirate ship opens up. You can store things inside of there. You can also store things in the bottom. And if you kind of look at the comparison between these two ships, you can see some similarities. Like you can see the little dolphin with the hair on the front. And this Imaginext pirate ship, if you turn it, it actually opens up and you can fire missiles like that. Whereas this pirate ship, you just fire it out the front right here, which we're going to do some of that here in just a moment. You can also turn this. Now I will tell you guys, this pirate ship doesn't feel as sturdy as the Imaginext one. This one's made in China. It's by Jakks Pacific, and some of the pieces you can actually kind of bend and move around. The wheel will turn along with this little knob that you can turn the wheel. So there is our Jakks Pacific Spongebob pirate ship. Which one do you guys like more? Do you like this larger Jakks Pacific, or do you like the Imaginext pirate ship more? I think for me personally, I like the Imaginext one just a little bit more because it feels a little sturdier and it just feels a little bit better made. But I do like this Jakks Pacific. This is kind of hard to find. I only saw this on Amazon. I couldn't even find it on eBay. So this ship right here is not easy to locate. It says that it was made in 2009, so it might be just kind of hard to find because they didn't make a lot of them. But that's a pretty cool pirate ship, and just kind of a comparison of our two Spongebobs. This is the Imaginext Spongebob, and then this one is the Jakks Pacific, and it looks like his sword's coming out of his hand. Now one big difference between these two is the Imaginext Spongebob right here. He's pretty much just flat. He does not have a lot of texture to him, where you can actually see the inside of Spongebob's mouth right there. His holes on the side are a little bit deeper, and the Imaginext one will bend as far as his legs will move down a little bit, so you can actually sit Spongebob in different things, whereas this one you can't really move his legs, and his arms will move, but that's pretty much it. Now for the fun part, we're going to test out this missile anchor. We're going to press this down. We'll see if we can shoot somebody. Oh, alright. We hit Spongebob for our first attempt. Let's see if we can hit the Flying Dutchman. Doesn't seem like these have a lot of power in them. Yeah, it doesn't really just go shooting out of there. It just kind of flings out. Let's try that one more time. Alright, well, we knocked over our egg. Now just to kind of show you guys the difference, here is our Imaginext Spongebob ship with the missiles loaded. Let's see what happens with this one. Yeah, as you can see, definitely a lot harder of a shot coming out of this one. I want to knock down that Flying Dutchman though. There we go. So we knocked all of them down. So that is definitely the better ship when it comes to firing the anchors. So I guess if SpongeBob wants to do battle, the Imaginext pirate ship's probably going to be the better way to go. And of course this one also has like a little plank that comes out. I can't remember if this one, yeah, it does have a little plank. I almost forgot about that. So there's a look at our two planks. These two ships are pretty similar. Now for the really fun stuff, let's go ahead and open up our Kinder Surprise Egg. And just to let you guys know, I think you're really going to like what's inside of that Play-Doh egg. It's something that you've never seen on this channel, and you probably haven't seen it on any other channel. So I'm really excited to open that Play-Doh egg here in just a moment. And let's see what we got inside of this Kinder Surprise Egg. This looks like something that I haven't gotten before. So it looks like you piece this thing together like this, and I guess that's for looking through. Oh, that's kind of cool. But it looks like you take a pencil and draw the little outlines like that, and I'm trying to figure out what it's supposed to do here. So we have this little piece of paper right here, and we take a pencil and we're supposed to draw the designs on that. So I'm gonna get a pen, and I guess we're gonna do a little drawing right here to see what this thing can do. So the cool thing about this little piece of paper right here that comes inside of the egg is you're gonna take this little piece of plastic, and when you hold it up to the piece of paper, all the lines sort of disappear except for what you drew on there. So that's actually pretty cool. And if you flip it over, you can find little tiny bugs and things on the paper. So that's pretty neat. Like right there, you can't really see it unless you take the glass, and then you can see the spider. When I first saw the little piece of plastic come out of there, I thought it wasn't going to be that great of a toy, but that's actually pretty neat. And we're going to go ahead and move on to the next toy, but first I want to show you guys real quick. If you take this little piece of plastic and run it across there, it makes the Fisher-Price disappear. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this opened up. So here's our two characters with their swords, and Patrick's sword is actually a little bit bigger than the Flying Dutchman's sword, so they can swashbuckle and fight. So now all our characters have their swords. I wonder who would win that little battle between them. I don't know, I think the Flying Dutchman wants to win that fight. So here he is, and I really like his character, and the fact that you can actually see through him is really neat. That really brings out the ghost character in him. Even his hat's like see-through. So that's a very cool character. And right here, our Patrick, you know, he's got his little pirate do-rag on. And he's got a wooden sword that probably is not going to do a whole lot of damage to anything. And once again, we have our pirate Spongebob, and I think pirate Spongebob's sword's actually wooden as well. So the only one that's really got a good sword is going to be the Flying Dutchman, and it looks like his sword's made of glass, or maybe it's a ghost sword. So there's our three characters, our three pirate characters, and here's kind of one more look at our Flying Dutchman. This is the glow-in-the-dark one. Of course, they gave him legs for his character right there. Now, let's go ahead and open up the Spongebob Squarepants Minifigure World Blind Box Series 1. And we have done a few of these on the channel. That's where our pirate Spongebob right there came from. Now, this box feels pretty light, so I have a feeling this is going to be something new in here. This one's probably the lightest feeling box that I've seen so far. Where is our tear strip? There it is. And nice, we finally got Squidward. Look at that. We got Squidward. I'm knocking everybody down, and he's painting a picture of himself. Look at that. That is so neat. That's actually really exciting that we finally got the Squidward out of that. And if you want to display him, let's see, doesn't seem like he wants to stand too easily. Maybe I can bobble his head over a little bit to the side. His head is almost heavier than his whole body. And I broke him. Yay. And of course I broke Squidward. How disappointing is that? He wouldn't stand on his own with his head. I mean, he'll stand and paint a picture. He'll paint his portrait without his head, but as soon as his head is heavier than his whole body. So that's kind of crazy. So no worries, we have some super glue to the rescue, and Squidward now has his head back attached to his body, and I actually got him to stand up now, so it actually worked out pretty good. Popped his head off, glued it back on, and now he can balance himself enough to paint his portrait. That's probably one of the cooler characters I've ever seen come out of a blind box, though. That's just, it's really neat that they gave him his little portrait as easel to go along with him. That is just so neat. I'm just so excited that we got Squidward, even though I broke his head. I'm just happy that he'll stand on his own now. So now we can put him in a display case. Now let's go ahead and move on to our Play-Doh Egg. So as you can see, I did kind of a funky design on this one. He's got some square eyes, a happy face nose, and a swirl for his mouth, and he's got some blue hair. We'll go ahead and take his hair off first. Let's go ahead and take his eyes off. There goes the happy face and the swirl. Alright, so now that we got all that off, let's go ahead and take the Play-Doh off here. And what is that? That is something that you guys have not seen on the channel yet. And it looks like we have two of them in here. So this is going to be the Series 1 Mega Bloks Spongebob Squarepants. And this is pretty much a surprise pack because you don't know what character that you're going to get. These were made in 2014. So these are brand new, as you can see right there. And I haven't seen these on YouTube anywhere else. So this is going to be fun just opening up the first one. Let's go ahead and see what we got. I got to be kind of careful. I don't want to cut anything inside of there in case it has like a little card or something. And of course it does, and I almost cut it. So let's see who we got. And we got Squidward, and it looks like it's the caveman version of Squidward. Let's take a look at these instructions right here. So that kind of gives you the little diagram of how to put them together, and right here on the other side it's going to show us some of the other characters that we can collect. Looks like that's going to be a robot Spongebob as the mystery figure. But I'll go ahead and get our Squidward put together and we'll see what he looks like. So here is our Mega Bloks Squidward holding his bone, and he's got his little caveman shirt on. I'm not really sure what the hole in the back of him right there is for, but he also has one on the top of his head. Maybe that's where his brain was supposed to go. I don't know, but either way, that's a really neat character. Let's go ahead and open up the next Mega Bloks. I want a Spongebob. Who do we got? Looks like we got a green character, and I think it's one of the... Let's see. Okay, I think it's going to be this one right here that we got. And from looking at this little package, and of course I knock our Squidward over again, but from looking right here, he's got this little blue star next to him, and it says right there that it's a rare character. So there's common, rare, ultra rare, and secret rare. That Patrick's the only ultra rare, and of course our robot Spongebob right there is going to be the secret rare, but I cannot remember his name. I don't remember his name. I know that the guy that voices him was in the Back to the Future movies. He was the bad guy in those movies, but I can't remember his name. But I'll go ahead and get him put together and we'll see what he looks like. So here is our villain character, and it looks like he's holding a carton of milk. I'm not really sure if that's what it is or not, but that's what it looks like to me. And here's one last look at our Squidward. So these are going to be our first two ever Mega Bloks Spongebob surprise packs that we've shown you guys here on the channel. If you want to see more of those, be sure to let us know. We'll try to do those in maybe some Play-Doh Egg videos. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Disney Cars Toy Club, and as always, thanks for stopping by.